50, I die. Burger, I live. Hello there. I'm Carlos, and this is Kingdoms, where all your nerdy dreams come true. In today's episode of Kingdoms and Friends, we have Chase or ManaCurves, Jeremy Noell from Commander Versus, and Logan or Seraph Six. Our first guest is Chase or ManaCurves. They are an awesome Twitch streamer and MTG professional. They write for TCG Player and edit for the EDH Rec website. You can find them streaming awesome EDH content every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/ManaCurves, and ManaCurves on all the socials. Second, we have Jeremy Noell. Jeremy is a media manager at StarcityGames, one of the hosts of Commander Versus, which is one of the longest running EDH shows on YouTube, and has his own Twitch channel under his namesake, Jeremy Noell. Jeremy and Commander Versus are one of the channels that inspired us here at Kingdoms to give this a try, so a big thank you to them for all that they've done. You can find him on Twitter and all the other socials at Jeremy Noell. Third, we have Logan or Seraph Six. Logan is the resident IT professional, technical support, admin, and moderator for what seems like most of the MTG world. He notably is an admin on the Commander Rules Committee Discord, and most importantly, an amazing cat dad. You can find him on Twitter and all the other socials at Seraph_6. We actually have 2 games for you today, and each of them had a different assortment of commanders. For Game 1, Chase is playing Alibu, Ancient Witness, with a starting hand including a Plains, Battlefield Forge, Myriad Landscape, Temple of Triumph, Boros Charm, Belden of the Third Path, and Saheeli's Directive. Carlos is playing Ravos Soul Tender and Crom Ludovic's Opus, with a starting hand including Isolated Chapel, Polluted Delta, Release the Gremlins, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Conviction, Zulaport Cutthroat, and Goblin Slide. Jeremy is playing Maelstrom Wanderer with a starting hand including a Mountain, Breeding Pool, Hinterland Harbor, Sensei's Divining Top, Coiling Oracle, Explosive Vegetation, and Harmonize. Logan is playing Lisa, Forgotten Archangel, with the starting hand including 2 planes, Temple of Silence, Talisman of Hierarchy, Resplendent Angel, Cleaving Reaper, and Angelic Skirmisher. With that, let's play some Magic.
Turn 0, I've got...
And I'm just going to play a Temple of Triumph and Scry, and I'll leave it there and pass the turn.
Draw for turn. I will play a Polluted Delta. I'm going to crack it for a tapped black-blue. And then I'll pass turn.
Well, I'm drawing my card. And I am going to put this Breeding Pool to play tapped and pass turn. Here's that Entreat the Angels that I always draw. Temple of Silence, Scry, I'll keep, and I'll pass the turn.
Draw for turn. I am going to landscape tapped. That's it.
Untap, draw. I'm going to play Isolated Chapel. I'll then tap 2 for an Arcane Signet and pass the turn.
I will also play a bad land. Pay 2, play Coiling Oracle, reveal the top. It is a command tower, so that's going to go into play. I will use that command tower. Play Soothsaying.
Such a fun card.
Tap, draw. Play a Plains and Talisman of Hierarchy. Pass turn.
Draw. Play Plains. I'm going to tap and sack my Myriad Landscape. And I'm going to get Mountains. That's it.
My turn. I'll untap and really hopefully draw lands. Clifftop Retreat. I'm going to play a 2 for a Talisman of Conviction. And then I'll pay 2 for Zulaport Cutthroat. And I'll pass.
Play a Mountain, pay 4 to play Explosive Vegetation. I will go get an island and a forest, and I will pass the turn. Play Plains and a Resplendent Angel. At the beginning of each end step, if I gain 5 or more life this turn, I make it 4/4 Angel with Flying and Vigi. And then it has an activated ability for 6 mana to give it +2/+2 and lifelink to turn it into a 5/5. You can gain 5 life.
I missed that one somehow.
The turn after that. I really need to get a foil one, but the foil ones of these are like spicy.
Let's just tap everything out and play my commander and then pass the turn.
I'll untap. I'm gonna just Heart of the Cards for another land. Nope. I will just cast Whirlwind of Thought. That's all I can do, unfortunately, so I'll pass the turn.
Gonna play the card I just drew. Consecrated Space. Just pass the turn.
Untappy.
Draw. We draw.
Play a Plains. I'll get Lisa out. 4/5 flying lifelink. If one of your creatures dies, it gets exiled. If one of my creatures dies, it goes to my hand at the beginning of the next end step. I will pass a turn.
I'm drawn for turn. Let's go ahead and play Buried Ruin and play a Smothering Tithe. Just gonna pass a turn.
Draw for turn.
I will draw 2 cards.
Are you gonna pay for it?
Oh my
I'm
god.
paying for nothing.
Oh
So
my
I get
god.
1, 2.
This is bad. I will play Goblin Slide. It'll trigger Whirlwind of Thought on cast. It says whenever I cast a non-creature spell, I can pay 1 colorless and put a 1/1 red goblin creature with haste into play. So cast trigger, draw a card, not paying, pass the turn.
Draw a card. Not gonna pay. They land. Sensei's Top. Edric. Master of Tress. I will suspend Ancestral Visions. I will pass the turn.
Untap draw.
Would you pay for that?
I am not paying for it. I'm going to play Caves of Koilos, and then I'm going to cast Angelic Skirmisher. Beginning of each combat, I choose First Strike, Vigi, or Lifelink. My creatures gain that ability until end of turn.
Fine.
I'm going to choose Lifelink. We're going to go to combat, and Chase, I'm swinging 7 at you. All right, I will gain 7. I'm going to go to my end step. I gain 5 or more life this turn, so I'm going to make a 4/4 Angel. I just happen to have all of these cool Digimon Angel cards.
There's also an Edric triggers.
Oh yeah, the Edric trigger. I draw 2.
I will make 2 more treasure.
All right, it is Chase's turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Mountain. I'm gonna play a Dockside. So 1 from Logan. How many from you,
Actually,
Jeremy?
2.
3 and
4 for me.
I'm gonna sack 15 treasures. 20. I'm gonna improvise. So 21. Let's play a Saheeli's Directive for 18. Okay, so the first 3 are Mountain, Karn, Mountain, but then I get a Darksteel Citadel. I get Mystic Forge, Arid Mesa, Mountain,
Wow, that's
garbage,
a lot of lands.
garbage,
All those
garbage,
lands.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
it is
is,
like-
wow.
You missed your Great Furnace there.
Phoenix.
You
Great
get the Great
Furnace, land, removal spell, Scrap Trawler. These are going to the graveyard. All right, Darksteel Citadel and a Great Furnace. I'm gonna tap and I'm gonna pay a life, and I'm gonna exile the top card of my graveyard, which is gonna be an Osgear.
So Healy's going to graveyard too.
So let's tap 2 and let's equip Grafted Exoskeleton to Alibu. I'm gonna swing 3 at.
I'm going with.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alibu will trigger for
life.
5. I'm gonna deal 5 infect to Logan, and I'm gonna scry 5. I'm gonna put 1 on top and 4 on the bottom because I don't know what's going on with this deck right now, but it is being hateful to me. And that's it, by the way. I'm done.
Please draw land deck, please. No, no lands.
Did you pay for that, by the way?
Nay. And cast Release the Gremlins. And I'm going to destroy 1 artifact. Maybe a little bit of goodwill to you as well, Chase. I'm only destroying 1 artifact when I could kill more.
Is it a May ability for the draw?
No, I
need to
will
know
for
if it
sure
has
draw.
to.
So I'm casting Release the Gremlins. Whirlwind of Thought goes on the stack. If nothing else, I'll draw a card.
Hey, are you gonna pay for that?
I feel like I should now, all of a sudden.
I feel like
I would like to.
I'll stick with my earlier not knowing and not pay.
So I'll get a second treasure, and then I'm going to respond. I'm going to sacrifice both my treasures, and I'm going to play Boros Charm and make permanent side control indestructible until end of turn.
Cool. Well, I still get a gremlin, okay? I'm still doing something here. Go ahead and pay 2 and sack the gremlin. So Zulaport won't trigger, but I will cast this Perilous Research. So it says draw 2 cards and sacrifice a permanent. So I guess I won't sack the guy yet. I'll draw first. I won't pay.
And I'll get treasures.
you'll draw 3, right, with Whirlwind.
Oh, you're right. Yep. I'll
Lion.
sacrifice that gremlin. I will then play a Godless Shrine tapped. Pass the turn. Tokens.
Untap. Tick down. Draw for the turn.
Oh, did you pay for the draw, by the way? I'm so sorry. I forgot to ask.
No, because I am going to be casting my commander. And since I already know what the top 3 cards in my deck are, this is going to be fun. This is one of the reasons I love cascading with Maelstrom Wanderer, is because the first card I'm going to flip over is Glimpse of Tomorrow. So it's Warp World just for me. I'm going to shuffle all my permanents in and then reveal that many cards, put all permanents onto the battlefield. This is still being cast, so it's 13 currently.
Did you get enough lands?
I got
You got your lands
13
back.
permanents.
Jeez. And everything has haste and pumped, right?
Valhalla Stampede.
Ooh.
So each player votes for wild or free. Reveal cards from the top for wild. Put permanent card from my hand onto the battlefield for free. I'm going to say wild.
I have a master's degree, everybody. I can do this. Jeremy.
I have a master's degree.
So this is how it works.
Oh, wow.
Do you have any good creatures in your hand?
Of course I do.
We have to choose hand. We have to choose hand.
I'm choosing hand.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
I'm choosing wild.
No!
Well, I hit a creature card. So
What are the cards, Yugi?
Being somebody who plays so
Or
well as
Brask.
Stampede, there's never a good choice.
Oracle
So-
Moldiah. I've got a Rishkar's expertise on top. All right, and then I have 2 from hand. Hey, first one is going to be Kadama of the East Tree. So I'm going to play Drakaseth and Dawn Flames as my second permanent from my hand. And then, oh, hey, Drakaseth coming in makes Kadama trigger. So I will put Prime Speaker Zagana onto the battlefield, which is going to be 7. And then I am going to draw cards equal to its powers. I'm going to draw 8 cards. 3,
Don't mind me
4,
looking at the top part of
5.
my library.
7, 8. Maelstrom Wanderer enters the battlefield, and I will put Nezahal Primal Tide into play from the Maelstrom Wanderer entering. I also drew 8 cards, so I am going to deal 8 damage to Logan, who's the highest right now.
Do you pay for any of those 8?
You can have your treasures. I think Niv Mizzet was out when I cast Selvalla's Stampede. Then that gets me to draw another card. That's going to go at Logan as well.
One more treasure.
Not paying. I will play Command Tower, but then that triggers Kadama the East Tree, which I'm going to put another land play. Genesis Ultimatum. Look at the top 5. Put any number of permanents into play, but I've got 2 lands, Solemn, Acidic Slime, and Shardless Agent all coming into play as well. 2 more lands come into play from the Kadama.
You draw and deal a damage with Nimizit from your spell,
Yes.
and then
So
Nezahal draw again.
So actually, this would have been the last one. The top one was land, right? I would have drawn the Shardless Agent, reveal the top one, Coiling Oracle comes in, it's Cultivate, that goes into my hand, reveal the top, it's going to be Beast within, put the 2 lands into play from Kadama, and then I've got 3 more. I've got a 5, a 4, and a 2, and I'm going to put 3 more lands into play, and they're all going to be tap lands. I'm going to go get a land from Solemn, that's going to come into play, trigger Kadama. Acidic Slime's going to blow up the Grafted Exoskeleton,
Which kills Alibu as well.
put a land in play. I'm going to Shardless first, and then that puts a counter on Animar, and then reveal Hull Breach, and I will hardcast Muldrifter, draw 2, Dama, put in another land. That gets this up to another counter, so then I'm going to move to attacks. All the creatures have +8, and trample. Prime Speaker, Nezahal, Maelstrom Wanderer. Yeah,
How many
I
total
will
creatures?
Attack with everything. 17.
So without their power and toughness, it's 136 damage. So you got it. That's awesome.
I tapped these 2 angels to throw in a Chroma's Memorial at Jeremy's head.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been saying this about a lot of different commanders lately, but truly, Maelstrom Wanderer is one of my favorite commanders that's ever been printed. And in this game is exactly what you're supposed to do with a Maelstrom Wanderer. And if I'm gonna die, this is how I want to die. For game 2, we did switch up commanders, and I'm playing Karn Silver Golem with a starting hand that includes Cradle of the Accursed, Darksteel Citadel, Tectonic Edge, Thought Vessel, Dross Scorpion, Mystic Forge, and Nevinral's Disc. Logan is playing Lurrus of the Dream Den with a starting hand that includes 4 planes, Vault of Champions, a Johnny Caller of the Pride, and Leonin War Leader. Chase is playing the Gitrog monster with a starting hand that includes 2 forests, Cabal Coffers, Birds of Paradise, Abrupt Decay, Ramanop Excavator, and Splendid Reclamation. Jeremy is playing Rielle the Everwise, with a starting hand that includes an island, Forgotten Cave, Reliquary Tower, Izzet Signet, Teleportal, Attunement, and Memory Jar. With that, let's check out Game 2. I will draw for turn. I will play Cradle of the Accursed, and it makes colorless, and I can sack it to make a zombie, and I'm done.
Draw. Play Vault of Champions, and I will pass.
Draw forest, and then I'm gonna plop out this here birds. That's it?
I am going to play this Forgotten Cave tapped and pass the turn.
Draw and play this cool land. It is the Urza's power plant. Tap these 2 for Thought Vessel and pass the turn.
Draw. Adorned Pouncer. Pass turn.
Let's go ahead and play a forest and tap 3, play Ramanop Excavator. I'm done. To you, Jeremy.
Draw for the turn. Island is its signet pass.
Untap, draw. Let's play Dark Steel Citadel. I'll play Mystic Forge. Yeah, I'll pass the turn.
Untap, draw, lanes, Johnny, Color of the Pride. So Johnny will uptick to 5, put a counter on Adorn Pouncer, and I'm going to pass with this nice 2/2 double striker as a blocker.
Untap, draw. I'm going to play this Polluted Delta. I'm going to tap, sack, and pay life, and I'm going to get the Swamp. I'm done.
A Reliquary Tower, and I am going to play Attunement.
That's the draw 3, discard 4.
Actually, return it to your hand, draw 3, discard 4.
Yep. Draw for turn. I'll look at the top card. I will play Tectonic Edge. I can sack it to destroy a non-basic land. I can only do this if an opponent controls 4 or more lands. I think I will play the top card, Boom Pile. Pass.
Untap, draw, lanes, tap 2 for a Talisman, and then I'll tap 3 for Lurrus. I'll uptick Johnny, we'll put another counter on Dorn Pouncer, and pass turn.
Let's Misty Rainforest. We're gonna crack that. And let's get that forest. I'm gonna play my commander. We're gonna crack that fetch from my graveyard. And I'm gonna draw a card because of the Froggy Boy. And then I'm gonna fetch for a swamp, shuffle a do, and then pass the turn.
I will cast Rielle, and then I will return Attunement to my hand. I will draw 3 cards. Discard 4 cards. Discard this Washout. It's Tormenting Voice. I'm going to discard Memory Jar. Bravatic Punch. Then I'm going to draw 4. And then I will play my land for the turn. Soul Ring. Mind Stone. I will pass the turn.
I'll untap and draw. Look at the top. I'm going to play War Room. I will exile the top card. It is a Foundry of the Consoles. I pay life. I'm going to play from the top of my library a Scroll Rack. I'll look at the top. I'll play a Draw Scorpion. This guy says whenever it or another artifact creature is put into a graveyard from play, I can untap an artifact. And I'll pass turn.
Untap, draw, play a Plains, play a Leonin War Leader, and a Wayfarer's Bauble. Let's kick up Johnny, 3 counters, and just keep passing turn there.
Draw. I get 2 land drops per turn. Oh wait, no, sorry. I had to sack a land, sack the swamp, and then I'll draw an additional card because of Gitrog. Tap 3, and let's Kodama's Reach. Swamp. First land for turn is Cabal Coffers, 1 more land. And I'm going to Demonic Tutor, and I'm just going to go ahead and immediately play what I am tutoring for. Urborg, and that's it.
I will start off with Expressive Iteration. So look at the top 3. Put 1 into my hand, 1 on the bottom, and exile 1. This is the exiled one I'm going to play at this turn. It's a mountain. I'm going to play Breakthrough X equals 0. I think I want to do X equals 1, actually. I'm going to draw 4, then choose 1 card in my hand and discard the rest. This card to keep in my hand, and I'm discarding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. So I will draw 10 cards. So this is going to go up to 9, and I'm going to Chandra's Ignition, dealing 9 damage to each other creature and each opponent.
I'll untap Thought Vessel.
Goes to 10. Then I will Punch Club Carlos.
In response, I'm going to Scroll Rack. Let's do it for all of my hand, which is 4 cards. Put my cards like this and draw these 4. All right, I'll take 10 commander damage.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. I will play Urza's Tower. I can cast a spell with Mystic Forge, right? In response, Boom Pile. Boom Pile resolves, then the spell comes in. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cast Rings of Bright Hearth. Heads is blow everything up. Duck your heads. What is heads, actually?
Yeah, I was going to
say, what's heads?
I think this was heads. I'm pretty sure.
I say burger is win.
Here we go. Okay, it was double tails, so it doesn't go off. Oh, no, wait, I can't do that. I'm sorry. My sort of backup for not just dying was this Cradle to make a zombie, but I can only do it as a sorcery. So play this Mere Welder.
That's no mere welder.
Your joke make me happy, but also not. But like happy.
I missed the joke. What was the joke?
I said that's no mere welder.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So remember you mentioned never seeing me play this without a jeweled lotus?
Yes.
There it is.
Are you good? Hey.
Crack that lotus.
Never didn't have it.
2 to cast Lurrus. Crack my Wayfarer's Bauble, and I'm also going to cast Adorned Pouncer from my graveyard. So I'll uptick Johnny, put the counter on the Adorned Pouncer, and pass turn.
Untap, no sacrifice. Grow quite sad. Draw for turn. Part of the cards Yugi at work. I'm playing a Zurin Orb. I'll play a land for turn, which is a swamp. And I will cast Gitrog and I'll have 2 black floating. Okay, I'm going to use 1 black and tap this forest to play Abrupt Decay on Rielle. I'm gonna play this Dakmor Salvage. I'm gonna sack the Dakmor Salvage to into life. I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna pass the turn. I definitely have Assassin's Trophy in here. I prefer it because last night I was playing Commander and I just had a dead card in my hand because nobody was playing it.
2, 3, 4, 5. Play Key to the City. And then I'm honestly just going to pass because I don't have a way to give it haste or anything right now.
End of turn, I'm going to scroll rack again. And we'll do these 4 and these 4.
Imagine if the decks function like fairies and people. They don't work unless you believe they work.
I thought you meant like they'll trick you.
There's some
They're
dark
very
fairies.
mischievous and jealous decks.
Yeah. Like you go to cast a spell and it returns to your hand over and over again.
Draw for
The
turn.
deck is like, here's a 7 land opening hand. I won't give you another land for 5 turns straight.
I will play Buried Ruin. It's my land for turn. As the resident taken 10 from Rielle player, I think I'm going to try and kill it again.
No, it's fine.
How does Rings of Brighthearth work with Planeswalker's abilities? If I minus or plus it, does it...
You can pay to copy that ability.
Yeah, but it doesn't do another minus or plus, right? It's just 1 minus or plus.
Yeah, the loyalty doesn't
that
change.
goes on the
it just
stack, and then you
puts an
copy it.
additional 1 on the stack, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a Karn.
It's Karn Tribal Deck. Karn Liberated.
I do not like that.
Pass the turn.
Untap, draw, play a Wayfarer's Bauble, and crack it.
I won't
For
boom pile if you kill Rielle.
I don't have a way to kill her right now,
You can make it 3/3 doubles try, and that's just a good blocker for you, though. Actually,
which he's got Key to the City, so it can be unblockable anyway.
I'm maybe dead.
So if I don't do it, Johnny's gonna die. So I'm gonna make 31 cats.
I'm still not gonna boom pile unless they come at me, I guess.
And just in case, let's play Proper Burial. Whenever
What
a
is
creature
that?
I control is put into a graveyard from play, I gain life equal to the creature's
Oh,
toughness.
jeez.
Don't you worry about those cats.
I will pass the turn after that.
I'll sack the Swamp Frog, draw a card for turn, and then off for regular. Step 2 and pop out a Noose Constrictor. And I'm going to Splendid Reclamation.
In response, sack all your lands, and then
And you just
gain
gain that much life.
life, and then you get them all back.
Well,
And
yeah,
you'll
I guess
draw however many
1,
lands
2,
you
3,
have in
5.
cards.
I guess I'll sack 6 lands and I'll gain 12. Then these come into play tapped. I'll do Thespian Stage, Terramorphic. I'm going to use 2 of my black to make Thespian Stage a copy of Cabal Coffers. I'm going to crack the Terramorphic. I'll draw a card, and I'm going to get a Frisk. I am going to play this Rex Sage and destroy that Key to the City.
Discard good old-fashioned lightning bolt.
And I'm going to discard this Golgari Gravechild to the news. Pass the turn.
Mountain. Slip through space and give Rielle unblockable.
Am I dead?
Card. I'm gonna swing at Carlos.
So my only option
Yeah, tech.
is scroll rack. Before scroll rack, let me look at the top. Do these 3. I don't have any instances in the deck, so it doesn't really matter. Do you guys have any artifacts in graveyards?
Lotus and Wayfarer's Bauble.
Nothing.
City and memory jar.
Sure, I'll exile memory jar. All right, boom pile activated. 50.
So
I die. Burger, I live. Okay, here we go. Suck! I didn't really flip it. I'm dead.
I will then pass the turn.
untap, draw. So I'm going to combat.
You wouldn't swing at this face, would you?
Whoa, wow.
This is 41 at Jeremy, and then this is 28 at Chase.
Yeah, I'll block 3 of them.
I'm going to respond with evacuation. Return all creatures to their owner's hands. And in response to my own evacuation, I'm going to cast Desperate Ravings, draw 2 cards, discard a card at random. 8. Don't think I have an 8-sider here.
Here.
I just had a bunch of
Roll an
D6s and
8-sided
D4s.
die. It's a 5.
Think
So
chat.
discarding Unleash Fury, drawing off of the discard, returning Rielle to hand, added another 3.
So I'll just recast Lurrus, recast the Adorned Pouncer. I'm going to cast this Brimaz from my hand, and cast a Jeweled Lotus, and then I'll pass.
Let's untap of Gitrog. I'm going to play this Verdant Catacombs. I'm gonna tap, sack, and crack all of these 3 at the same time, and I'm going to just get I'm gonna tap 2, and I'm going to play Squandered Resources. Then I'm going to tap 2 and tap my first Cabal Coffers, and then tap 2 and tap from my second Cabal Coffers.
Torment.
And then sacrifice all of these lands, 52. To sacrifice all of them. And I'm going to play Torment of Hailfire for 50.
Yep.
No way! I felt like Karn got the bad deal of that exchange with Rielle, but I didn't have to wait long for my opponents to join me as the Gitrog monster finally got to his vacation home of Dakmore Salvage and ate everybody up. I want to thank Chase, Jeremy, and Logan one more time for some awesome games today. I really hope that you go check them out on all their socials. Overall, how did you like our games today? What was your favorite moment? Let me know down in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, click on the notification bell, and consider becoming a patron. You can check us out at patreon.com/KingdomsTV. Either way, thanks so much and keep it nerdy.